Just make sure I'm being heard okay, real quick. Um, should be good. Yeah. Okay, cool. So, uh, rough start. Definitely seen some things I'm not a big fan of. For the most part, our defenses looked okay. Um, Definitely see some concerns considering this is the Jets. Um, I guess we'll start defense first. I guess the defense has played fairly well. Like I said, we've gotten a little bit of pass rush, aren't really getting home too much. The turnover we got was fantastic. The strip sack for Brennan Jones was a big play for us, and stopped them right there in the red zone. That was fantastic. Now, one thing I will say is, going from Lamar Jackson to a Joe Flacco, Lamar is clearly the better player, but Joe is a veteran quarterback. He's been doing this for a long time. He's seen pretty much everything under the sun at this point. So we're having a harder time disguising these blitz packages with Joe in there. Um, so basically, what it comes down to is we just need to stay disciplined on defense. There's been a bit of that, uh, where our discipline and technique is kind of faltered a little bit. And that's something that I think could be improved upon. Also, the Jets are starting to do quite a bit of misdirection as well, and I would kind of like to fix that a little bit. Um, we just need to make sure we're maintaining our gaps, make sure that we're setting the edge, and don't let them get to the outside. Don't let them beat us with misdirection. Keep your eyes on the target. Don't fall for this shit. And that's where the issue is with like Brandon Jones and Javon Holland, being our safeties back there. Is their mental processing is still in development. So these misdirections are finding some success. So that's kind of where that comes from. But overall, I think if we come out disciplined, I think we should be fine. The Jets do get ball first. Hopefully, we have something planned for them coming out the half. That I wouldn't be shocked at that. Um, Obviously, the missed field goal there at the end of the half is unfortunate. Um, it just is what it is. I still love Jason Sanders, but he hasn't been quite as good as he was last year. Let's face it, but it just is what it is. But overall, on special teams, we've had a bit of struggles here and there, as far as actually tackling um, kick returners. Kick return and punt return has had some success for the Jets, so I'd kind of like to kind of corral that a little bit. Um, Offensively, I mean, we've been terrible on offense all year. That's not really much of a surprise. I did like the first drive where we came in and really set the pace. We were going no huddle, but we weren't really snapping the ball super quickly. But we were just going no huddle so that the Jets couldn't change their formations too much, and that allowed Tua to really be able to process things properly because you can't really disguise too much when you're going no huddle. And so if Tua's looking at cover three, he knows he's looking at cover three. If he's looking at man, he knows he's looking at man, whatever. So he can clearly pick up on those things. So I would like to return to that. I've been saying that for 2 years now, that Tua really is benefited by going no huddle. I don't know why we don't do it more often. I think it really, really helps with this young offense. So that's a thing. Offensive line hasn't been good, but hasn't been awful. That comes down to the Jets not being amazing, but their defensive line is still pretty solid. I still like the idea of bringing in an extra offensive lineman to kind of help, whether that be Solomon Kinley or Robert Jones. Either one would accomplish that goal just to get us a bit of help in that department. I know we've been bringing in a lot of tight ends and stuff like that to help, but I think an extra offensive lineman would be very beneficial. We've had of course, very little running success. That's no big surprise. I do think we need to kind of chill out with the Wildcat. That's just not working. We're just not getting the push up front to really be able to pull that off. So I'd kind of like to chill out on that. I am liking that we're still continuing to get Albert Wilson involved, especially with some of the injuries at receiver that we're experiencing currently. Now Waddle and Gesicki, they're doing their shit. Refs, awful across the board. They're not even biased. They're just terrible. Just incompetent as hell. That's been the case for a couple of years now. It just gets worse every year. But yeah, pretty uninspiring game so far. Hopefully, like I said, we can come back and play some disciplined football defensively and really put this away. Offense, we know that's going to be a struggle week to week. There's nothing we can do about that. That's a personnel issue. Hopefully, Brandon Scarlett is going to be okay. He is at least out for the rest of this game with a knee injury. That sounds pretty bad. They ruled him out pretty quickly when he went down. So that sounds pretty bad. Because we just can't really afford the losses at edge. Unfortunately, Darius Hodge is inactive today, so we can't really use him as any sort of depth right now. So what we have here is pretty much what we got. I don't know if Van Ginkel is playing, yeah. So edge rushers right now, all we have is Van Ginkel, Jalen Phillips, and Agba. Yeah, that's it. That's our whole edge rusher core. So that's kind of rough. But anyway, that's gonna be it for this video. If you liked it, appreciate hitting that like button. Have any questions or comments in the comments down below. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.